another FormationData beta test demo. Today we're going to be taking a look at the system and which modules may be useful to the trades. We have a mixture of prospecting and lead generation tools. We're going to jump straight in firstly with formation contracts. Now what this does is search government databases, schools, hospitals, public bodies for any tenders that they have active, and it's just as straightforward as typing in a keyword and looking for open contracts. So if we was to type something like boiler install, we look at open contracts only. We can also look at various timeframes and narrow it down by locations, but we're just going to search nationally for the demo. Okay, we'll click on this first one here. So this one is for a boiler replacement. What you'll get is lots of documentation about the tender if the person has uploaded it. You'll get usually get a telephone number and email address. Sometimes you just get either or, and you get an overview of the specification required. So it's very straightforward straightforward way to get the client's budget if they've listed it. Majority of the time they do. Contact details, where it is, and what's entailed with the job. So very easy to submit your quotes to. You can also search for things like, let's try fence. You could also search for things like plumber or electrician, sort of more broader terms, or you could stick to actual tasks. So this one is replacement fence, Coldblow Farm, contract value £25,000, and it is for stock fencing. Again, documentation with it, detailing the map and area required. Let's try one or two more. Let's just try roof. Oh, it would help if I spelt it correctly. General roof repair and associated works. Again, this one has no documentation and it has no telephone number, but it does have an email address and an overview of the works required. You'll notice here that majority do have budgets on them. Some of them don't have a budget, but it is listed on the sort of grid overview. Let's try. I mean, you can look for sort of carpeting contracts, window installation contracts. Oh, there's only one for rewire. We have a lot of trades using the system and just use it for this module. They do tend to be larger contracts, sort of the £50,000 plus, but there are smaller contracts on there as well. Certainly maintenance contracts can be smaller or broken down into 5 or 10 separate tenders. So again, this is a 450,000 rewiring works, and missing a telephone number, but they do have an email address there. No documentation, but it does have an overview of the work there as well. So that's how formation contracts work. It is just simply a keyword driven tool. We are integrating more and more tendering portals and more partners to submit their tenders through, but it is a very easy way for direct collaboration with schools, hospitals, government bodies, public bodies, anybody who's submitting a tender through that system. So the next, what I would call lead generation, there's a difference between lead generation and prospecting. Prospecting is contacting people who may require your service at some stage. Lead generation is people out there saying, I require your services, please provide me with a quote. So that's exactly what Formation Contracts does. If we now take a look at Formation Recommend, which searches social media sites. We're integrating a few more at the moment, but this one works very well with Facebook at the moment. You can type in a trade or a task. you can type in a location and you can choose recent posts or older posts. For older posts, it is still worth contacting them, certainly B2B partners. So if you provide a plumbing service and you see regular on their lettings agents, even though they're older posts looking for plumbers, they are still very, very worthwhile contacting. But more, I would suggest recent posts for more immediate works. So let's try search term plumber. We're going to try Cardiff. Can anyone recommend a Cardiff-based plumber who isn't going to rip me off? My boiler isn't working. That was 14 hours ago, so as you can see, it's a nice fresh flow. If you go on and search for plumber and search for recent posts, and you see that ours doesn't use the native location tag of Facebook. Ours works a little differently, but you'll see that you'll get more targeted results using this than going through the location tag in Facebook's native option. Let's maybe try. So that was actually the name of the trade. The lady there was looking for a boiler, so or her boiler wasn't working. So let's try boiler. Let's try another location, Nottingham. Look at my boiler. Look at my boiler. It is intermittent working. I'm thinking about replacing my boiler. Recommendations, any advice? Thank you. That was a couple of days ago. So they are worth checking daily, because you don't know literally when someone's going to put on looking for those services or that trade. So certainly worth a daily check, even a couple of times a day. Again, we have some trades using this service specifically just for this module, that they don't use anything else on our system. They just use this module. Let me try a different trade. So if we try electrician. Looking for a qualified electrician to fit my bathroom with a new pull cord switch kit. Any recommendations, please? So again, works exactly the same way. You can either type in the trade itself or a task, so EICR. And let's try London. To do a landlord EICR and gas safety check on my property in Stoney, please. So again, it's just a case of commenting, tagging in your page, but it is a fantastic way to get sort of, depending on the area you cover. I mean, if you're covering sort of a whole county, it is likely that you'll get sort of fresh weekly, if not daily, leads on there. Certainly if you're covering somewhere like London, then there is sort of a constant flow of daily posts on there looking for a fair number of trades. So I would say that's the two main lead generation ones. We have got some more lead generation ones coming soon, but we are just in our beta. But Formation Contracts and Formation Recommend. Moving on to our prospecting ones. If we go to Formation Companies, we can search any location, any industry. You can do that by SIC code, or you can do that by typing in the description of the industry that you want to target. So if we type in something like 68100, which is buying and selling of own real estate. So this is effectively developers or landlords, and we search. Let's just go for last month. Right, so last month in the UK there were 3,789 new landlords launched under limited companies. That they are new landlords just last month. It is likely that at some stage they will require a trade. So let's search for Luton. Narrow it down a bit. And there was 25 last month, 25 that launched last month. If we select one here, what this will do is bring up a bit of information about the company. Well, they haven't got any gazettes issued against them. They've got no current mortgages. They've only just launched, so you'll get it right in there at the very, very earliest stage. But you can go back and search older properties as well, and older companies as well. But let's have a look at this little LinkedIn icon here, and you'll see that we found the director here. So we could contact them and introduce ourselves and let them know that if they are looking for gas safety certificates, EICRs, any carpentry work, painting, decorating, carpet fitting, on any refurbs of their properties, that you'll be able to provide that to them. Now, what you can do is do an advanced report for this, and it'll take around 30 minutes and cost 1 credit. You get 10,000 credits a month. We've never actually had anyone hit our credit limit. 10,000 credits, it's just to sort of limit the processing power that we have. Obviously, we don't want anybody creating bots and rinsing our system, so we limit it to 10,000 credits, but we've never had anyone even hit 500 credits. So 10,000 is a lot. Now, what that would do is, if we open up this report here, this is property companies within Milton Keynes between the 25th of June 2020 and 2nd of July 2022 that launched, and you can say, show me them with at least 1 mortgage. Now, you've got 159 companies that launched in that short period there that actually have properties. They do have properties, and if you click on them, you'll see exactly the same. Well, this one's actually got 2 mortgages. You'll see exactly the same results. You can look them up on LinkedIn. You can actually get more information about the property locations, but you'd be able to contact them and know that you're contacting landlords that actually have properties. Now, you can also use the system for looking at people who manage properties. So it might not be the actual landlord themselves. Maybe they put it out to 98100. Sorry. Let's type in property. Oh, sorry, 98,000 residents property management. So people who actually manage the property. So these are letting agents or independent property managers themselves. If we look in the last 7 days, see how many launched. Might have to go back a little further if there's not a big result. Okay, so 301, that's pretty good going. And if we search, say London, yeah, again, you can narrow this down by any area. You can actually do it by county, you can do it by town, city, village. So if we click on here, you can see that we've got 62 results in the last 7 days. These are people who actually deal with the management of properties. So not the landlords themselves. They pass it out to management companies to arrange all the repairs and things like that. So again, if we click on the little LinkedIn icon, you'll see that we've got the director there that we can contact. And you could literally skip down this list. And if they've got the an actual LinkedIn profile, we've got Facebook as well, but we only recommend contacting them if they've got professional mode turned on. And you could reach out with a message to every single one of these contacts and let them know you can provide those services. And at some stage, they will require a trade. So whether it be an electrician, a fencer, a carpet fitter, a professional cleaner, these are property managers. They are managing not normally one, normally a number of properties, and they will require a trade at some stage. So that's more the prospecting side, getting in contact with them, dropping them a message and letting them know that you can provide a service when it comes up, and you'll effectively just sit on their books until they require that service. You can also use Formation Businesses, works in a similar way, but we'll search in areas and we tend to get a bit more information on them. So if we search, say, lettings agents, sticking with the lettings agents theme, within 10 miles of this postcode, you've got 2 types of search. You've got a default search, which will pretty much just pull back telephone number and address, so and website. So you can either click on all the websites and contact them via their contact form or give them a call. You can also repeat that search with an advanced search lettings agent within 10 miles. Now, what an advanced search does, once it's found their website from the default search, it will send our crawler to the website, and it will look for more information, such as social media pages. So we might find their Twitter page, their Facebook page, their LinkedIn page, which we're able to contact them on. If there's any email addresses listed on their page, it will crawl through and try and retrieve those email addresses as well. So you've got a lot more ways to contact those businesses. Now, if you wanted to maybe search 10 areas and gather all the data, you can actually download them in CSV files or save them to the CRM, and you'll actually be able to contact those businesses. So you could sort of split the task into two. One, gathering all that data, and two, going through and sending your introductory message. We have a mixture of uses, a mixture of ways that our trades use the platform. Some of them split their time, and when they're not working, or maybe they have a partner or a business associate that will do the marketing for them on this data. Some of them actually choose outsourcing companies abroad and will pay a much, much lower fee than hiring someone in the UK, and use them to send all their introductory messages. And they can easily send hundreds and hundreds of introductory messages every week to other businesses. So as you can see here, we've picked up Facebook pages, Twitter pages, Instagram pages, LinkedIn pages, and it would just be a case of actually clicking on them and contacting them via social media. Again, you could download it to your CSV file for later use, or you, if you have emailing software, which we do plan to connect to the system very, very soon. If you have emailing software, you can actually send out a bulk introductory message as well. You can also click load more, and it will broaden out the search and gather another batch of them. So you can probably do, sort of depending on the size of industry that you're locating, if you're going within 10 miles, you're going to probably pick up 60 branches of property managers, letting agents, though, if you're just sort of generally looking for property terms. So that's pretty much it for formation businesses. We are experimenting with formation plannings. We only actually have one builder that's using this module at the moment, and he has actually secured 2 sites from it, which is fantastic. So if we search, again, within 10 miles in the last 30 days, what this does is searches all the planning applications in the UK. You can look to see whether they're at decision-making stage, whether they've been approved. He takes the types of work that he would likely do, and then he uses our AI to create. He uses our AI to create a letter and hand deliver that letter. So if we have a look through here. So this would be planning application to details for Wellingborough, demolition of existing rear conservatory, and part 2 extension. So what he would do is something like this. Copy this address. Then we go to Formation AI and something like, please write a letter to a potential customer letting them know we are a family-run business and local to the area and would like to quote for requirement to demolish a conservatory. single story extension at. And we'll see what AI comes up with. So as you can see, it will generate the letter for you and let them know that they can basically take on that work. So they would then print this letter and hand deliver it to these addresses in their local area for works they can take care of. So it's fairly good converting, I would say, from a marketing point of view. So he's delivered nearly 40 letters, or just shy of 40 letters, and actually won 2 clients from it, which is fantastic. I think that's a really, really good conversion rate, but we only are experimenting this with one builder at the moment. It is now live on the main area, so you are able to use it in the same way, get the AI to create the letter for you, or simply use it for addresses and delivering once you've cherry picked through those planning applications. But again, another way for the trades to get conversions. And that's pretty much everything covered in terms of lead generation, formation recommend and formation contracts, prospecting, which is formation companies, formation businesses, and kind of formation plannings, and formation AI. You can use the AI for content generation. Very, very soon we're having a major upgrade on that, so it'll be able to generate images and things as well. But right now, very, very good for email creation, introductory creation, letter creation. You could ask it to write an introductory email to lettings agents, letting them know that you provide gas safety certificates for landlords, things like that. And that is pretty much FormationData in a nutshell. If you would like to trial our platform, we are currently offering 50% off the first month subscription. There are absolutely no contracts. It's just a rolling subscription. Cancel whenever you like. Pricing is very straightforward. I'd recommend taking out 1 month, which is $79.99 per month. You can cancel at any time, but if you use discount code SAVE50 at the top of the screen there, you'll get 50% off your first month subscription, which is normally long enough to trial the system, see if it works for you, and see what business it can drum up for your trade.